Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gunhearted, bringing you guys here the easiest way, or I feel is the easiest way, to go ahead and complete Combat Immersion here in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. If you're working towards getting Platinum for Call of Duty Black Ops 3, then you'll know that you need to get something called Personal Decorator, which requires you to get all the decorations for the campaign. And one of the decorations needed is something called Duty Calls, and that requires you to go ahead and earn all campaign challenges, one of them being getting through the entire Combat Immersion, all the waves, completing every single wave on realistic difficulty. So this video aims to pretty much help you out, make it a little bit easier on yourself. So if you're having difficulty, this should help you out. Now essentially, before we get into this, what you guys see on screen at the moment is my class setup I used over here. I used the Draken Silenced Fast Mags FMJ using the Recon Scope, which is really the important part here, having the Draken alongside with the Traversal Enhancement with the Repulsor for the Tactical Rig. These two, that primary and that tactical rig is really the only thing you really need on. So what you see circled on screen at the moment, that's what you need. The ICR I don't really use, the C4 I didn't really use, and the EMP I never used as well. So you really only need these three, so just make sure you have that on your class setup. Anyways, let's go ahead and begin the Combat Immersion. So for the first wave, very easy, very simple. You only have 4 soldiers. It's pretty straightforward. Just be sure not to get shot. If you get shot over here in realistic, you are pretty much dead. So unless you're fighting a warlord or talons or something of the sort like that, you will get one-shotted. So just be sure to be careful, stay back, stay on top of the tower, head glitch as much as you want to. This is the time you need to head glitch. So like I said, wave 1, 4 soldiers, very easy. Wave 2, 6 soldiers. Now, something I noticed while doing this round many times, many attempts, is that once you take care of 4 soldiers, the last 2 will go ahead and run back to the tower. So I took care of 5 there. The last 2 will run away back to their initial tower where the ball is now. And there's also, I think, 2 that rush your tower as well. So you want to be sure to take care of those really fast. Wave 3, you have 2 Talons as well as 1 Warlord. So what I like to do is I like to take control, hack one of the Talons, shoot the other one down, and then go ahead and take care of the Warlord. Easy peasy. Pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Just take control of one and go ahead and take care of the others. Moving on. For wave number 4, very simple once again, you have 6 robots, and also the reason why I like to use the Draken here, as you'll see, it's a 2-shot to all the robots, and it's a 1-shot to all the soldiers, and you can pretty much spray and pray the warlords, as you'll see me do later on, as well as the pause. So overall, the Draken sniper rifle is a very good, weapon to use here, I feel, for campaign overall, as well as just Combat Immersion. As you guys can see on screen, it works quite well. Moving on to wave 5, we have 4 Talons as well as 3 robots. So just go ahead once again, take control of one of the Talons and go to town on the rest. You'll see me here trying to find where the hell that last Talon is shooting me from, but I find it, as well as the last robot. Now, I may be a little bit off with my numbers here and there. You'll notice maybe later on I might, be 1 off. Let's say there's 9 robots, but there's really 10. I could be a little bit off because I'm basing all my knowledge just based on what I saw, and I don't really know if there really is that much. So, everything here should be pretty on point, but as for if it's really on point, then, that remains to be seen. I feel like it's pretty on point. Either way, wave 6, here we go. 2 Cerberuses alongside with 1 pause, or I think it's called a pause. It's the PAAWS. Either way, just go ahead and do what you do normally with the Talons, except this time with a Cerberus. Take control of the Cerberus, and then go ahead and take down the pause as well as the other Cerberus. Right? Pretty straightforward. Once done, go ahead and blow yours up, exit it, and slide over onto the next tower, and you pretty much have yourself wave 6 completed. Moving on to wave 7, you have 3 Cerberuses, 4 riot shields, as well as 4 just regular foot soldiers. So once again, just take control of one of the Cerberuses. You'll notice that's something you do quite often. Just go ahead and take control of one of the robots or something like that and just go to town on everyone. So, the riot shields are quite annoying because they will rush you. So what I like to do is just to be sure to take one of the Cerberuses, and you're pretty much good at that point. You just you're pretty much protected. You go invisible when you take control of something, so all in all, it's really no big deal whatsoever. Now here I failed at destroying the last of the Cerberus, so what I did is I ended up taking control of it, as you'll see me do right here, and that'll pretty much be the end of the round, since technically it is no longer an enemy. So one of the advantages of making a Cerberus or anything just an ally is that it does work for a pretty good distraction. So here you'll see on wave 8 there is, I believe, 6 Talons as well as 1 ASP, which I'll go ahead and take control of once again of a Talon, go ahead and go to town on all the other Talons, and then once all the Talons are down, I'll go ahead and leave, since the Talon can't really do much on the ASP in itself. So I just exit the Talon, and the Cerberus in the meantime makes for a pretty good distraction if anything were to go wrong. The ASP here took it down. Now what I like to do here is I like to take, not control, but just to make it an ally, just like I did with the Cerberus before. Like I said, it makes for a very good distraction. Normally it will last you all the way up to, I believe, round 12. And then instead of, having it be destroyed on round 12, what I like to do is I like to hack it all the way up to almost the max, and then start round 13 and then go ahead and hack it, so that way I can actually take control of it myself and then clear out round or wave 13. Unfortunately, as you'll see here in wave 9, there's wraps that spawn. You have 5 wraps along with 6 robots. And unfortunately, I believe the wraps destroyed it without me really noticing it. So for whatever reason, I just couldn't really seem to protect it this time around. But normally, I could go ahead and protect it without any issue here or there. But this time around, like I said, I couldn't really do it. I'll show you guys later. It's pretty much destroyed, as you guys can see over there, and unfortunately it doesn't really work too much as a distraction anymore. So all in all, normally it works for a pretty good distraction, just to go ahead and distract the enemies, like I said, and you can just take care of everything from the background, so there's no issue there. But unfortunately, like I said, that couldn't really happen this time around. So instead, we're going to have to go ahead and make do with what we have and simply improvise. Moving on to wave 10, we have 3 Talons along with 2 Warlords. Very similar to wave 3. Just go ahead and take control of one of the Talons and then go to town on the Warlords after you destroy the other 2 Talons. And that is pretty much it for the wave. Moving on to wave 11. You have 4 robots alongside with 2 paws, as you'll see me. Well, first of all, I gotta slide on over here and jump up over on the top of the tower to activate the wave. But you'll see I'll go ahead and take care of the robots and then go ahead and take care of the paws. Now, once again, since I couldn't get the ASP to stay for multiple rounds, I decided to, this time around, get myself one of the 2 paws to play sort of like a distraction role, and I essentially did just like what I would normally do with the ASP. I kept it for 1 round as a ally, and then at the end of the round it was pretty fucked up. So I decided to take control of it and clear the next round afterwards. So all in all, it pretty much came back to what it was supposed to be with the ASP. So, just make do with what you had, create distractions for the AIs to go ahead and try to focus on, and then make your life easier on yourself when you're trying to spray down, say, a Warlord or something like that. It's a lot easier to go ahead and take care of the entire situation. So all in all, very easy. No problem, just take care of one of the paws if you don't get the ASP from earlier. Moving on to wave 12, you have 5 soldiers, 3 riot shields, and 1 warlord. So just easy, stay back over here in the tower. The paw is doing some distraction work, as you guys can see, and I'll just go ahead and spray and pray over on the warlord. Try to get as many headshots as you can, but overall, even if you get body shots, a clip will do more than enough to go ahead and take it down. So just go ahead and take down the remaining of the enemies, and then you'll see me go over to the other tower. And you'll notice right now The pause, you know, once you lose control of the pause, it says link interrupted, and then it'll say link terminated, and it'll go red saying link terminated. And once it's done saying link terminated in red, it will start attacking you. So what I like to do, which as you saw there, is I ran all the way back around and you know, wall run outside the actual wall, I guess, not on the inside, so you know, that way you won't really get shot. And it seems like I was wrong. It seems like I actually kept the pause for one extra round, but you'll see at the end of the round I ended up you know, taking control of it instead. But either way, this is wave 13. Let's go ahead and talk about what you guys will be fighting against. 10 soldiers and 2 warlords. So this is actually pretty relatively easy. You know, just take care of the 2 warlords real quick, and then the 10 soldiers is absolutely no problem. Although for whatever reason I had a difficult time trying to find them. Now, I'm not really sure if it showed the name or if I ever took a second to look at a scoreboard or whatever. But I was doing this on my friend's account. I already did it on my own account, but I was doing it on my friend's account because he was having difficulty doing it. And I figured if I was going to do it again to make this video, I might as well do it for him. So if you notice I'm, you know, using an account called Element of Frost, it is because I am doing it on someone else's account and doing it for him. So with that said, I'm not going to do it for all of you guys. Instead, I'm going to make this video telling you guys how you guys can do it. So there you go. Wave 13 completed. Now moving on to wave 14, you have 3 talons, 2 pause, and a new ASP. Not the same ASP you found before, but a different one which shoots rockets instead of like a laser beam. I'm not really sure what the other one shoots really, but this one shoots multiple missiles. Once again, just take control of one of the 3 talons, go to town on the talons, and then defeat both, you know, pause, and then go ahead and work on taking, you know, the ASP as one of your allies. You know, switch over to whatever, I think it's like the bottom one over in control. Go ahead and shoot him, make him lose his defenses, and then very simple, just go ahead and start hacking him. I just shot him preemptively, simply so that way he could, you know, instead of shooting up in midair and having homing missiles come at you, what I like to do is shoot him preemptively, so he does this attack, which, you know, that isn't really a homing missile. Otherwise, he would just shoot straight up in the air, and then the rockets would, or the missiles would come back down on you as like a homing missile. So doing it this way is much easier, but either way, the repulsor will do its job at keeping the missiles or any sort of explosive at bay and away from you. Either way, with that said, wave 14 has been completed, so moving on over to wave 15, we now have 4 talons, 2 robots, 2 pause, as well as 2 warlords. So it's a pretty big round, as you guys can see. But overall, the ASP will do a lot of the work, or at least it will play a very great distraction role for you to go ahead and take care of the pause, as well as shoot the warlords a little bit. Go back up here for the robots. You know, what I like to do is take care of what's up at the tower first, so that way, you know, I can get rid of whatever has a clear shot at me, and then take care of the warlords because they're just annoying as hell. And then the pause, well, they can't really make it up here, so I can take my time with those, taking care of those at the very end, and you'll see the ASP took care of the other one. Once again, the ASP right now is link interrupted, which it'll terminate once again, so I switch back to my hijack, and I run alongside the wall here on the outside. Once again, almost killed myself here, which would have been terrible, but overall, it's all good. Make my way over to this ball, start the hacking process to, you know, go ahead and take control of him, and just before I finish taking control of him, I start the round, take control of him, and this is pretty much it. Wave 16, you've got 3 talons, 2 pause, 1 ASP, 2 warlords, and 4 robots. I recommend taking it down in this order, simply because you want to take care of everything that has explosives. Now you might be saying, Gunny, the talons don't have any explosives. Why are you shooting the talons first? That is because, for whatever reason, the talons seem to have like a super deadly lock-on system that it doesn't really matter if you're invisible or whatever, they still end up killing you. And sometimes when I'll take control of a talon, one of them will just go ahead and go to wherever I took control of initially and just go ahead and proceed to kill me, even though I'm controlling a talon already. Either way, with that said, you know, you pretty much completed wave 16 and you now have the challenge completed. Congratulations, and that is pretty much it. I hope this helped you guys out if you guys are working towards getting yourself platinum. And either way, that is pretty much it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.